The U.S. men's national team's run at a World Cup based in America, it's done. We all know it's done by now. An embarrassing loss to Belgium. And I say embarrassing because I don't feel like they were completely outclassed. I know a lot of people are talking about the gap, but I think it was a lot more for whatever reason the U.S. men's team. Now, don't get me wrong. I think Belgium's a better team, but it should have and could have been much closer. I don't think the men, for whatever reason, too many of them did not show up to play. And some of those goals were just massive, massive mental breakdowns by the U.S. team, whether it's the one Freeze let up or I mean, he had a amazing save early in the match, or the header that was, I don't know what Ream was thinking, but they just didn't seem to be there mentally, which is a shame. But in the positive news with regarding that, in terms of America, because we keep hearing we're never going to win at soccer because we don't have a soccer fan base. Well, we have a top five soccer fan base in the world. There are a couple of problems with it. I mean, one, because we're such a massive country. But for example, first time ever a soccer match in America drew over 50 million viewers. That is right. Final American audience for the US versus Belgium cracked 50 million viewers. Think about that for a second. NFL's conference championships in January, Patriots, Broncos, Rams, Seahawks, averaged 47.4 million viewers, right? That is a massive, massive audience that speaks well to the growth of the sport in America. The problem is when it comes to development, because that, of course, gets so many ridiculous responses from people who don't know. One, we would need a little, we would need promotion relegation, obviously, but also we have to look at what that soccer fan base watches. And I think we all know that while MLS is doing well enough to stick around, not disappear as a league, so many of those US fans, their soccer viewing leans toward the European leagues thanks to, the expansion of TV rights and streaming and all of that. You can pretty much watch the English Premier League as if you were living in England, or Bundesliga or La Liga, Serie A, whatever it might be. And so those teams overseas get a lot of the viewership from American viewers. They aren't tuning in to MLS at massive numbers. I won't get into the whole MLS Apple deal, which I thought was a huge mistake, was not going to help grow the league. But to say that we don't have a soccer fan base here is absolutely absurd. And I think this number proves that. We'll see what happens going forward. We'll see if that gives a bump to MLS. Maybe you'll get fans say, hey, you know what? Maybe if I want to see the US in 4 years win a game like this, or 8 years or whatever it is, maybe I need to start watching our domestic league and watching MLS. By the way, the most watched game, I believe, in America for a while, and for women was the 2015 World Cup. The US audience for that final against Japan was 23 to 25 million. Now this one gets a little boost from the different Nielsen ratings, maybe might even be as much as 10%, but it's still obviously we're still talking 45 million plus. So it's going to be interesting to see if this World Cup has any impact on kids playing soccer, right? The growth of the sport at the grassroots level, but also if it gives a ratings boost to our domestic league and MLS, which would be nice as well. Let me know your thoughts. Did you watch this game? What did you think of this game? What do you think any of this means for the future of soccer in America? Keep in mind, MLS was launched off the heels of the 1994 World Cup, which was in America, and it's still around. I mean, it struggled for a while, obviously, but we were able to launch that league based off that World Cup, and it's still around 30, 32 years later. But anyway, let me know your thoughts. Appreciate you checking this out. As always, hey, feel free to let me know who you think will win this entire thing. I will talk to you later.